So I get on stage and now I find out that the clicker is different. Let me just check out the big green button for a moment here. So I go all over the world, and my job is to equip and empower those who equip and empower others. And I think that I'm in a room full of people who have that as a responsibility as well. Is that correct? Right? And it's about inspiration and instruction. It's about helping people in the 21st century in self-directed teams to be able to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Now, why? Because we're all fighting darkness. There are so many of us, like everybody here in this room, who's dealing with an emerging profession. We're highly skilled, we have expertise and experience. In many cases, we're adopting professional standards, but we're competing with low-skilled workforces in other parts of the world. So in some cases, sometimes people take a look at the cost of doing business with us, with our specialized expertise, and make a choice in who it is that they use based on price alone. So I mean event planners, I mean those of us in training, I mean those of us in speaking, right? And it's interesting because in all of this, in fighting the darkness, there's still this skills gap and a war on talent that's happening around the world. But yet we're still talking about some very high rates of unemployment. So there's sort of this dissonance, there's this disconnect between finding the right talent in order to provide the inspiration and the instruction, right? Having competition in some of the resources that are available, and being able to effectively really be able to do our jobs. So what I wanted to really talk about today is about this, is about transformation. Does anybody recognize who's on the screen? Do you know who this is, other than me? Who is that? I heard it. What is it? It's Bumblebee. Who is Bumblebee? How many people have kids that are into the Transformers? Okay. So what's a transformer? What does Bumblebee do? He transforms. Trish, he transforms. That's what he does. So the Transformers are actually creatures that in very high-stress situations actually transform themselves in order to be able to adapt to the different environment and be able to tackle some really challenging circumstances. And so Bumblebee is my banner. He's my symbol of transformation. And in this day and age where we talk an awful lot about innovation, innovation is about fixing something, right? It's about taking what exists and tweaking it and making something new out of it. And transformation is about creating something brand new. And what we're doing in our professions today is we're working on creating something brand new over and over and over again, which is the new normal. So VUCA, how many people have seen VUCA as a term before? Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. So these are the drivers for why it is that we're constantly looking at a rate of change that requires people to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Because we're living in a VUCA world. And it's driven by complexity, chaos, and accelerated change. Usually in 8-minute intervals, right? By the time we walk in the morning, 10 minutes later after we've gotten our to-do list together, priorities have immediately changed. And so my challenge to each of you in the room, is to look for opportunity to be able to turn complexity into commitment, to be able to turn the chaos into connection, and to turn change into collaboration, so that together we can create a world that works better. Thank you.